Monday hasn't started exactly as I thought it would start. A little bit of a family crisis. I'll come back to that later on. And right now, I'm sitting in the corner at Apple Brompton Road. They very kindly said that as long as the camera was facing me, I could sit here and record. They just don't want, obviously, other people's faces and so on involved, but that's really cool. And rather than trying to find a windy and chilly spot outside to record today's vlog, I thought I would sit here and just do it in the calmness of the Apple shop. If there's too much background noise, I'll try and kill it in Final Cut when I get back, but I think we should be okay. So let's go back over the last couple of days, shall we? Saturday, I went and had the haircut of all haircuts. I had 2.5 inches off, so I'm able to run my hair down, worn out. It feels a lot lighter, I can tell you as well. I wasn't ready to have it all cut off, but I'm much happier being that little bit shorter. So that was Saturday. Sunday was my birthday, as I know some of you know. Steve, thank you for sending birthday wishes. It was a lovely day. I went off to Village Park, which is near Mile End in London, got some new running shoes there. I was all measured on a treadmill, all very techie. They had an iPad there that was looking at the strokes of my feet and so on. My daughter was really pissed off because my feet are apparently perfectly straight. What would you expect? And from there, we went over to Brick Lane for a curry. Managed to get some great shots. Got one really lovely shot of Baker Street, which I think is the shot that I will actually use later on today for Lightroom and on Instagram. So that was Sunday. Now, I kind of knew at the start of Sunday that I might be doing this coming up to Apple this morning. I haven't decided what this week's video is going to be about yet, which is a bit of a concern. That's to one side. Obviously, I've got this, first of all, Clean My Mac were delighted with their story, so that's gone on to Substack, that's gone on to my website, and it did get accepted into Mac O'Clock on Medium, so that's great, they're all happy. So I think that the next one moving on to is Espresso Displays, and we, if you remember, are doing something with the MacBook Neo. Now it's all coming together, right? So yesterday, before heading off to London, I went into the studio, threw the MacBook Air in the boot, and then this morning I thought, right, I'll wake up, come in here, do the trading, which is really simple. I wiped the Mac while I was here. I've got the MacBook Neo in Citrus 512, and I think that will be the content this week. The guys at Espresso Displays in January sent me through an orange Espresso Display light. They've now sent me through their green one, so we're all paired up. So that's the idea that the Neo's going to go with their green display. I've got a feeling this week's content will be the importance of using a second display, an external display, with a smaller display to get on the MacBook. So I think I'm going to go up to Canary Wharf again. So I know it's safe to shoot there, and it's really nice scenery. Just depends on the weather. I need blue skies. This week is showing grey all the way through, but that said, outside at the moment it's chilly, but the skies were blue, which would work for photography and video. So I think my plan this week will be MacBook Neo and Espresso Displays. Of course, that also helps pay the bills, which is another good thing, but I love those guys as well. They said they haven't got many pictures for their library, so they asked if I'll shoot some urban pictures for them while I'm out, which I certainly will do. So I think that's going to be the case. What's going to happen? I'm not going to spend too long in town today. I'm literally just going to well, pop into Harvey Nicks actually to use their toilet, and then I've got a shot I want to do, which I don't think is going to be particularly good in daytime, but on the curbside with Howard's in the background, and then I'm going to get out of here, get this vlog uploaded, calm the hell down, breathe a little bit, and then decide what the rest of the day holds for me. Actually out tonight for the final part of my birthday. If you're in the UK, well, not only in the UK, you might have heard of a cricket commentator called Jonathan Agnew. If you look up Jonathan Agnew and Brian Johnson, you'll get who he is. Anyway, he's a cricket commentator on the BBC, does Test Match Special. He's doing a series of concerts around the UK in conversation with, and I'm off to see him tonight at High Wycombe. So I know I've got to finish on time tonight. So I think what I'm going to do, I did write on Saturday, I've got a story pretty much finished about the debacle that was the Apple Music event last week. I've sort of done a belts and braces writing story of that. So I think that'll be this week's story. Next week's story will be the importance of using a display with MacBooks. And I know I come out a real SEO rich. I'm going to let Espresso Displays have that as well, but I think it'll be an interesting story as well. I just need to calm down. So there was this family crisis that happened. My daughter had a lovely day with yesterday, phoned me up. I was out running actually for the first time in my new shoes, and she said, oh, this car company, Toyota, have taken a load of money from the account. Basically what they've done, they've taken the final balloon payment from her account without any warning. They were sending letters to an old address she didn't live at, so she had no idea what was going on. So I had to step in. We've sorted out a plan now. There is something in place, and I think now everything will be okay. But it might be that I've got to go over and join a car dealership this afternoon and sort that out with her. It just goes to show that even as a 28-year-old, they still need their dads, which is kind of nice in its way. So that's why today feels slightly like I'm a rabbit in the headlights. I just need to calm the hell down, think what I need to do, and make sure I've got content in mind for this week. So in all honesty, I think I've got a story pretty much written. So I'm glad because I'm working sort of 7-day weeks at the moment. Stay ahead of the game and also blind panic. But I've got the story basically written. I'm actually just trying to decompress with you. The story is written. I think we've got a video in mind now. I've got the MacBook Neo, it's bought, it's done. The 512 Citrus, so it's got the fingerprint unlock on it. It's got 512 gigs of storage. So that will be my portable laptop now, which might mean I don't use the iPad as much. So I've kind of got a video in mind. I've got a story in mind. I've done the vlog for today. I know I've got a picture ready to edit, which was on Baker Street Station last night, which looks absolutely gorgeous. So I think that's all good. So I think actually I'm in a better place than I thought. Did you watch Pete's video at the weekend? You know, I love Pete's videos and Matty's videos. Pete did this video, I think it was on Friday night it came out, saying that he basically just got to, it's that thing we were talking about last week, put up and just, you know, keep showing up and doing your thing and changing. And I honestly look in the mirror and I think I've done that. And this is the thing we've spoken about before. I think it's, equally, I did comment on, I never comment on videos. I actually commented on one of Pete's videos and said, you need to watch this one. It was that, I told you about that guy that was into fonts and colour and an Italian designer. Of course, he hasn't come back to that. And I did drop him an email on his website as well. That idea about never sort of get in touch with your heroes, I think stands true. Anyway, I do love his videos. And I know what he was saying was that people are saying they want the old Pete. And he's saying, well, people change, things change, platforms change. And all of that I get, which as you know is what I'm trying to be aware of this year. I think the changes that we've made on the channel, I very much do count as a we, because this is, I sit here and do this because I know you enjoy it and I enjoy making them. And this vlog channel, I really desperately want this to go places. I really do. I mean, it's a long way off, long way off of being monetized. But if this could just get a little bit of AdSense rev, we'd be happy. I don't want to be rich. I just want to pay the mortgage and the studio rent and the car. That's kind of it. But it is growing slowly, but it's growing. But anyway, the change we've made to the channel, I think, have been really solid here. We've got the vlog channel now, which I've done every day in March, every weekday in March. I've got the main channel is doing okay. I've had the written story for Clean My Mac. I've got espresso displays lined up, and also I think I'm going to be doing something again with the Cassis. There's an email from them this morning. We're a bit off on money, but I think we can make it work. And then, of course, now I've separated off Instagram totally. And I'm also doing a weekly short for this channel, and that short is recorded, dedicated, not just clipped out, it's made for the video. So I always record something that is linked directly to the main video for the week. And the one at the weekend where I had the iPod's sadly gone wrong. I've had to return the iPod, but I think I will buy another one because I really enjoyed using it. So as soon as I put it in to sync it, and it said restoring software, and it just blew it out. I guess the risk of buying 20-year-old devices. Anyway, so making shorts every week to go with the main video, which is obviously linked to the main video as well. And I've separated off Instagram completely for photography. And as you know, I'm doing daily reels on there, which are just kind of a bit more characterish and a bit more about me. So I can't do any more and still writing once a week. So I think, you know, I've covered as many bases as I can, and I'm looking at every possible way to improve things. And I'm also taking a leaf out of Pete's book. You know, I love the fact he can just sit down and make a video about anything. He made a video about his running shoes this year. Don't worry, I'm not. He made a video about his pencil case. You know, the fact that people are interested and invested in me enough that he can do that is really super cool. So I'd kind of like to get to that point. I'm a long way off. If you've watched my videos recently on the main channel, you'll notice that I think I'm a bit more relaxed. And although last week's video didn't do particularly well, all the comments on it are really, really strong. And people really love the organic, being outside, just recording and seeing things being used, which is what I want to do. And that's hopefully what I'm going to go with the MacBook Neo. A little bit of inside information with the MacBook Neo, what I've decided to do. All the videos I've seen have been how powerful it is and how you can have 52 apps open and how you can edit Final Cut on there. All very good, but that's not what this Neo is going to be used for. It's going to be used to travel around and write emails on and browse on. That's kind of going to be it. So I think that's the angle I'm going to take. Yeah, I'm going to sort of go along the line. If you want to see how much you can do, fine. Fill your boots, but that's not how you're going to use it. I can always guarantee you that's not how you're going to use it. It's not how I'm going to use it. So I think, again, if I do a thing starting from home, show the battery life, get up to town, it'll be hotspotting off the 17E, and then just, I think, show obviously with another display, but just show it being used as it's supposed to be used, not trying to push it. What's the point? It's never going to spend its life being pushed. The fact that the backup, it can be used more intensely, great. And I think my point is going to be, all it's done is lowered the point of entry. Everyone can now own a Mac. It's not necessarily just aspirational. Everyone can now own a Mac. So I think that's going to be kind of the style that I go. So there you go. That's my Monday morning. It's I am still on an analog watch, by the way. I do miss the Apple Watch a little bit, but I'm still sticking analog. It's quarter to 12 now. There's one picture I want to go and take of Harrods, and then I think I'm done. And while I'm here, I think I'll record the reel as well, because they very nicely said, I asked if I could sit in the corner, and they said, yeah, as long as you're not facing other people, that's all good. So I'm just sat up here, tripod, wireless mic, making content, and breathe. And I'm really looking forward to going to use Harvey Nick's toilet, I'm not going to lie. Right, I will catch you on Tuesday when hopefully I'm a little bit calmer. I might be on the way to Canary Wharf. It is a possibility. But whatever, you know you will get another video out of me. I will speak to you very soon. I hope Monday's good for you. And don't forget, it's a short week. It's a 4-day working week. That sounds good, doesn't it? Anyway, speak to you tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Bye.